EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. A new era begins here in Indy as the Jags and Colts are underway to begin the new season. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Richardson going right to the air.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Fielded at the 33. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it's the best possible spot to begin a drive. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
I'm ready, bro. You can resume it. You can hit resume when you get ready, bro.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalty.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence
Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Jaguars are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And Lawrence now going to move him around.
Yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. And it is caught. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they find a way to convert there on 4th and 6.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They go play action now. Lawrence. Open man, complete downfield to Davis. And he has a big gain inside the 30 before being dropped. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. On play action, Lawrence. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. 59 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter, and he has been tremendous to start the new year.
Extra receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Richardson on 3rd and short. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
And they'll go on the ground. He gets away from one. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
And now they'll shift things around. On 2nd down, Lawrence. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
First down, Jacksonville.
Now Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. In motion, the tight end.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Oh my God.
Davis. And now it's 3rd down.
They're certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Duvernay.
35 yards.
And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally...
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
They'll try the left side with ETN.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Lawrence going to move him around a bit. On 3rd down, here's ETN.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Inaudible here to get a new look. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Now Lawrence.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A big play there. His His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
And they'll accept that penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick.
And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here we go, here we go. Buffalo 18. On the ball, now.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
That was a chance for the breakthrough. He's got a man running free, and you've got to be able to put that on him. But instead, led him too far, incomplete.
2nd and 10. Richardson.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Richardson to throw off play action.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Antonio Johnson.
So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now a 2nd and 10. On on the option left, Richardson.
And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the second straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
19 Lions.
Third and long for Richardson.
He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And oh my goodness, here's a fifth interception.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
What is this?
Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Hey, go. 11. Hey, kill.
In motion goes the tight end.
Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Gabriel Davis
From 21 yards away.
And the Jags have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And they can't bring him down. And there he goes again. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
When I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Flacco looking for his first toss.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Flacco.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Third and long for Joe Flacco. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Flacco and the offense staying put. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down. And that was something else. A big pickup on fourth and long to give him a new set of downs.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Lawrence Cager as the first half is winding down.
And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point by Gaines, up and good. And they'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Matt Gay to kick off for the Colts.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see.
Hey, Jupiter. Great job. Here we go.
They go play action with Lawrence. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Lawrence will throw.
Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offense is all over. Continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around.
11.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Here's Lawrence.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Etienne up the middle.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Lawrence on third down.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Throwing here on first down, Flacco. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
20, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto, until the clock runs out. But Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about the defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They're going to look to throw on fourth with Flacco. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. On first down, Lawrence. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
4 yards. It's second down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a third and long. Back to throw here. He sets to fire deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Jaguars have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Jaguars 56, Colts 7.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
This is what you get paid. Play home.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 33 yards that time. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there. But obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
4-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Well, Lawrence going to move them around a bit.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He's going to air one out.
Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To pass, Flacco.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 41.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
He's going to take another shot here. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Lawrence going to keep it, and holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. On play action, Lawrence. And unable to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. This from 44 yards away. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 20-yard line.
What you get paid for? Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Josh Allen able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Flacco looks to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this run.
He's got a man, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go right now. It's all about teamwork. Stay on point. All right, here we go.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Jaguar pressure, and a Jaguar first sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Play action. Flacco. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Flacco. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly.
Tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one's going to wind up incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Lisa 24.
Now Lawrence changing the play.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, kill.
And now an audible here into something else. Lawrence.
Flushed out right. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Patterson's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right.
No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Dancing to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
First and 10, it's Richardson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 36. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards, the final tally. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
But when this game is done, the credit will go to the consistent pressure on the quarterback as a huge cause of this win. Most teams are happy if they get a few of these games per year. You know they're going to watch this tape over and over, try to identify what's working, and keep it going.
here we go, here we go.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Jacksonville, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the...
It's like, I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still